Hi, my name is Steve Palmer from JPS Electrical Services, and in today's how-to video I'm going to run through replacing a plug. I received my extension lead back that I kindly lent out at a property, and unfortunately it's come back with a single core insulation exposed. What's happened is it's had a major tug, and the cables, the sheath inside is actually torn away. It's done exactly what it's supposed to do. If that cable clasp inside wasn't connected correctly, you could easily have pulled the conductors out, and that leads to an unsafe situation. So I'm just going to grab my screwdriver and open up the plug. So we're looking at this side now, and it's the centre screw. These two screws, you'll see in a moment, secure the cable clasp in position. So just take that one out, and that will release the plug top. So you should be able to see there exactly what's happened. You see the blue sheath is still held under the cable clasp, but it's completely torn away there. So what I'm going to do, it's had a big tug, possibly damage the conductors, so we're just going to start again on this one. So to release the clasp, just loosen off those two screws there, take one out completely, and then just move the clasp out of the way. So you've got your fuse there. This is a 13 amp on a lamp, a bedside light, something like that. The fuse will be different, more likely a 3 amp or a 5 amp. Be sure to check the rating of the fuse required for whatever appliance it is that you're putting a plug on. Don't go putting a 13 amp fuse into something that should have just a 3 amp. So we'll undo this one here. A neutral conductor on this side, the blue cable, and this one uses an earth, so it connects to the earth pin, the very top pin. Some appliances don't need an earth, they will just have a live conductor and a neutral conductor. Now there's a couple of different ways of doing this. You'll see some people will nick around the cable with a pair of snips. Personally, I prefer a Stanley blade, and just roll it across the top there. As you do, you'll see that the single cores become exposed. Very important, you do not score the inner cores. If you do, you'll have to start again. So first things first, we're going to see where the cable should sit. So we want the blue flex to be under the cable clasp, and the longest cable is the earth, and that one goes to the top pin. So trim that to length. Do it for the others as well. Excuse me. If you've got big fingers, this can be quite tricky. As easy as it is, it just gets a bit fiddly. So all we're going to do now is just strip the end of the sheath off and give it a twist on each of the conductors. Like so. So your live is the brown, your neutral is the blue, and your green and yellow is the earth. On a new plug, you'll find a cardboard piece there, and it has a wiring diagram on it, so you can work from that. So next thing to do is move the clasp out of the way. When sending the cable in, try to do it in a way that you're not crossing the cables over, so your brown will be on the side of the live. Now these pins will move to make it a bit easier. Just noticed we need to undo that one a bit more. Just make sure these are twisted. You don't want them fraying as you put them in. Every single strand needs to be inside. Told you it could be fiddly, that. Pop the earth one in the top. There we go, that started to open up, so just twist it again. It's really important that every single strand goes inside. Just remember, on things like this, I mean, it's not a race. Whenever you're working with electrics, it's all about doing the job properly. So I'm sure there are people out there looking at this video now thinking, well, he's taking his time. And yes, I am. Because I want it to be right. And I want you to show, I want you to see how it should be done right. So all the cables are in there. Once they're in, secure the flex into position with the cable clasp. When that's secured, give it a tug. It shouldn't move anywhere. And then double check that your live conductor is inside and that the termination is tight. Wrong screwdriver. Check your neutral and check your earth. And if you look at that, you'll see no copper visible. Every single strand is inside the terminal point, which is where it should be. The neutral is clear of this bit here, so when the plug top comes on top, it's not going to crush in there and cause any damage. So I'm happy that that's correct. I'm happy that we've got the correct size fuse in there. No strands. It's nice and tight, so we can put the plug top back on. And there we go. I now have an extension lead that is safe to use. Until the next time. Just quickly, I know this is about plug tops, but extension leads whenever you use an extension lead, make sure that you uncoil it in full. If you plug something with a heavy load into it and you leave it coiled up, it can cause heat to build up and catch fire. So I hope that's been useful. If you do get any questions, let me know. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.